It's, you know what I'm saying? It's formal. So what am I saying? Well, when you and your husband are trying to wow people, I'm just telling you how it is. When you meet with clients, you might want to have a really nice. Do you anticipate meeting clients at your home, or do you anticipate meeting clients where you go to them?
Probably where we meet in a neutral place.
Okay, so let's say that you pull in to a coffee shop to meet a prospective client.
Okay.
I'm just giving you all the items. You can kind of jot these down. Is one, I would make sure that your briefcase is world class. And you're like, are you telling me that I should spend a ton of money on a briefcase? I'm like, no, I think you should buy a brand that people know it costs a lot of money. Because when people see it, they're like, oh, she must be successful. I'm just telling you. Okay. And then your computer or your presentation, you might want to have it on an iPad or something that's nice, and get a brand that people know. It's not for you, it's for them. It's that first impression.
Right.
So you say, well, let me share with you about what we do. You open up your nice briefcase, and you have your nice iPad there, and then you present and you share, and you show them your beautiful website and your great print pieces. So your print pieces have to be awesome. This is the print materials, print collateral, really sharp. It has to be world class. And they go, oh wow, she's got a nice briefcase, has a nice iPad, has the nice prints, has a nice business card. Wow, she must be credible. But if it begs a question, why would a really good publisher have a really bad bag? So let me tell you an example. I call this jackassery. But this is what I used to do. I used to meet brides and grooms, and I had a really good DJ service. I'm not exaggerating. I won most of the awards you could win for best DJ, and I literally had the worst presentation you could possibly have. I didn't have any print pieces. I didn't have any, like a briefcase. I had no collateral as far as presentation stuff. And I would sit down with the bride and the groom, and I would just take notes on a yellow pad. And they're like, so what do you charge? And I'm like, well, we charge, $650. I'd write the number. And they're like, what? I mean, it's just this. And then they'd say, do you have any type of sales materials? And I'm like, let me tell you this. My service is so good that if I DJ your wedding, I will DJ your wedding for free. And then you just pay me afterwards if I'm not terrible. If this is my contract, I'll do your wedding for $1. Yeah. And at the wedding, if I don't screw it up, you can pay me the remaining $600. And they're like, okay. And they were just because I was a crazy person, I could just sort of luck my way through a few deals.
Yeah.
But as I started working my working my way up the food chain, I remember I met with Alice Hargrove, and she's the event planner for Boeing. And she goes, so you have no contracts? And I'm like, true. Do you have a website? Nope. I never have those. And she's like, how are you in business? And I'm like, well, actually, she's like, do you have an LLC that we could pay? Or I'm like, no, I'm a sole proprietor. She's like, oh, okay. And I almost lost every major deal because of just how ridiculous my presentation was.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen for you.
I don't either.
Does that make sense? So you have to view this as an investment in your client. So it's not you being non-frugal. I'm saying you could find like a refurbished awesome leather bag that's normally $1,000 for $100, right. And you could probably buy an iPad that's refurbished and have it really nice. And you can do these things on a budget, but you just has to be first class, because otherwise it begs the question.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a man, maybe he's kind of related to someone, and he's not related to your immediate family, he's probably on your husband's side. He's kind of not really related to your husband immediately, he probably married into the family, and he's just kind of off-putting, and you meet him and you're like, I don't trust them. And he just feels kind of weird. That's what happens when you meet a salesperson who, they're not really formal, they don't have their stuff together. And how does this relate to the mullet? Well, the concept of the mullet's all about being formal in the front. You got the formal in the front, but the party can be going on in the back though. So what I'm saying is you can have a very high class presentation, and then when you can go back to your house and you can be officing in a mini storage unit with no air conditioning and barely able to pay your bills, and you're still going to get the deal. They just think you're doing well.